Here we go again. I was led to believe that this trailer would convince me that the takes from my new missions video would be put to shame. I wondered though how a trailer showcasing campaign modifiers related to monetization and bonus missions. Let's take a look at the skulls that are meant to make the experience feel more in line with the original Combat Evolved. It's a commendable effort for 343 to try to appease both sides of the fanbase, but they missed the mark a little bit here. In this case, some of these skulls feel more like settings that were locked behind a collectible. Skulls are meant to be crazy modifiers that can spice up the gameplay. These aren't that. The sprint skull might be the most bizarre one. The facts are that the original game didn't have sprint, and this remake is balanced around the player having sprint. When we were told that we would be able to disable sprint, I think most of us thought that this would be a simple setting to turn it off, and there you go. Now we are learning that it is actually gated behind a skull located somewhere in the campaign. You could scour every mission in hopes of finding this skull for it to be in the final mission, which would actually be pretty funny. The good news is that you can just choose to not use sprint. The bad news is that this probably puts you at a disadvantage. Just how bad of a disadvantage? We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of useless skulls, we move right along to the hipfire skull. Again, a skull that you can activate by simply not using the mechanic. The default AR being 32 rounds is mildly disappointing, but does it ruin the experience? Not one bit. The role of the AR changed as early as Halo 3. The AR was dropped to 32 rounds because it became a mid-range weapon as opposed to the close-range weapon that it was in Combat Evolved. With the SMG being added to the remake, it fills the role that the original 60-round AR had. This should be how both weapons function in the sandbox. Endurance spec falls under the same category as Magnified. There's no need for it in the remake. Halo 2 had full-blown vehicle destruction. 343 needs to stick to their guns in some respects. Along with vehicle destruction, hijacking was also introduced in Halo 2. As far as we know, there's no skull to disable vehicle hijacking, so we have 42 skulls in total with 3 per mission. With a total of 13 missions, that leaves us with 39 skulls. Could there be an extra skull in some of the missions? Sure. Could 3 skulls be unlocked by default, which may include the sprint skull? Pretty likely. Now, many of these are repeat skulls from past games, and that's fine. It's all added replayability, which keeps the game feeling fresh. Seeing some of the mayhem caused by the randomized enemy skull makes me excited about how great Firefight could be in this game. Now, moving away from the skulls, let's get into a little character and story update. Johnson still sounds fine for the most part, but he lost a few cred points with this line.
Now move it out, double time. Damn right I am. Now move it out, double time.
And onto something more alarming. Here's a quote from Cortana in the recent story trailer.
You are more than your armor. More than your mission.
Chief is more than his armor. What does that remind me of?
Master Chief is human. He's not a machine. He's not a set of armor with a big weapon.
Success of the story is we didn't pump a lot of time into figuring out who the Master Chief was and why he was a ghost in the shell. We thought he is a husk. He's a big green suit of armor that you move around.
As mentioned in my first video covering the Campaign Evolved reveal, 343 mentioned changes to the story and characters.
How we're approaching the narrative aspects to bring it up to the same level as the rest of this game.
We want to tell an authentic story, and we want to level up the cinematics from the source.
Authentic storytelling has a variety of forms that it may take, many of which don't seem like they would apply to this remake, so they can easily be ruled out. The form that I believe 343 to be using is that the story and characters emotionally resonate with the audience in a way that feels realistic. They will do this through all new cinematics, but also through new performances from the principal cast. This includes brand new lines throughout the entire game. Going the Halo 4 route of humanizing the Chief and turning Cortana's relationship with Chief into something that more closely resembles that game would be a mistake. First we had talk of authentic storytelling, then showing profits too early, and now more talk of humanizing Chief. This most recent line from Cortana is just one line, but this is a story trailer after all. I could not find anything from the Bungie trilogy that resembles this line. This just isn't how Cortana speaks to the Chief, especially not in the first game.
So, what sort of weapon is it?
What are you talking about?
Let's stay focused. Halo, how do we use it against the Covenant?
This ring isn't a cudgel, you barbarian.
There's a part of me that questions if they would be so bold as to really dive into the humanization of these characters, and yet I can't rule it out entirely. We of course will learn for ourselves soon enough. Please hold strong, and do not buy the premium edition.